Hello? Hello? Are y'all there? I'm outside. Are you gonna open the door or not? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me in. It was hot out here. Hey everybody. it's Jeremy. It's Jeremy Speaks. And I'm coming at y'all again today with a video. This video is gonna be on Real Housewives of Dubai, season 1, episode 1 through 4. Now listen, I know I'm late. I know I'm late with this review. Now, I said I was going to review it. Now, y'all got to understand. I get burnt out real easily. So, I don't know how all the other YouTube creators is able to balance doing like 18 shows at one time, but baby, I be struggling just doing 2. Okay? So, let's get into this and let's dive deep into it, all right? So, hey Ellen, how are you? So the first episode we're gonna go through first. So the first episode we got introduced to everybody. The first person who we were introduced to, or the first person I cared about, was this woman who looked just like Iman the model, and she was like blah 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 blah, Eritrean, blah 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 blah, Swahili, blah 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 blah, Kenyan. I'm a bad bitch. American. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess we speaking all motherfucking languages then, huh? But like, so her name is Chanel Ayan, and she is the first supermodel of Dubai. Now, I'm kind of confused on how that's possible because I'm saying like Dubai is like located next to a lot of African countries and a lot of Middle Eastern countries. I was like, is it the fact that the country is new? Is why it's on like she's their first black, supermodel. But I was like, yes, go ahead, go ahead. But I think that she's a cool chick. I think I like her. I like her. The next person who we are introduced to would be Lisa Milan. Now, a lot of y'all bitches who's a part of the Bravo unit don't know who Lisa Milan is. For those of y'all who like to swing on down the street over there to BET, you would know that she comes from College Hill. Now, I haven't watched College Hill in years, and I cannot sit here and lie to y'all and make y'all think that I remember her as soon as I saw her. I had to go back after, some people had told me who she was, and I had to go rejog my memory, and I was like, oh, the pretty Jamaican chick. Cool, cool. But like, yeah, I like her too. She's really, really cool. Like, she hella chill. Obviously, she's more like, laid back. She's the more like don't start none, won't be none. So I translate her to the let's say the Jamaican Candy of this franchise. That's why I feel that she represents. She's the Jamaican Candy. So the next person who I fucking absolutely adore and love. Now, y'all gonna think I'm completely messy for this. Y'all gonna think I'm completely messy for this. Me either, Ellen. But Caroline Brooks is probably my first favorite on the show or my second favorite on the show. Like, Caroline Brooks really does it for me. She just exerts this like chaotic, like spastic energy. And I think it's quite like, interesting. She's a strange woman if you don't like, if you really pay attention. And she is basically a D4C, and I guess her ex-husband, ended up, leaving her with nothing. And that's when she said that, she had to start her business in real estate, and she became a millionaire within a year. I'm trying to figure out how that's possible. Like, was she already a real estate agent? Did she save up money to go to real estate, school to get her real estate license? Like, how does that work in Dubai is my question. And how much does $1 million really get you out there? Because to me, it seems like everything is so expensive. To me, like $1 million is like the working, wage, right? Or maybe I'm just not understanding how all of this works. But like, is it because she was selling a lot of houses? Is it because she made one big purchase? Where did she get the listings from? Who is she working with? Did she like I want to know more about her story, And then the next person who we get introduced to is Sarah. So Sarah is a resident, of Dubai. She was born there, I think, and she's Emirati, and she lets us know that she's really here to represent, for Dubai, and allow us to see that Dubai actually has a lot of women's rights that a lot of people don't see. And on top of that, Dubai actually is a very progressive state in there, not progressive state, but progressive country, and is not as what people usually think, that Dubai is. And I'm sitting here like, what do people think Dubai is? See, me, I think Dubai is filled with a whole bunch, rich, fat, Middle Eastern guys who be shitting on IG models and giving them $100,000 in cash and sending them back, with shit in they, like, their tracks. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought Dubai was, But I guess she gonna teach me different. Okay. So the next person who we're introduced to is a person who they say was on a Bravo show before, and her name is Caroline Stanberry. So I guess Caroline Stanberry was on a show called Ladies of London that I never heard of. I've been watching Bravo for years. Since I was probably in high school, I would probably say, and I never once heard of Ladies of London. So she's new to me. And this woman, I guess, exerts some type of, I think she wants to be in charge of the girls, but I just don't think she has the energy to be in charge of the girls. She doesn't have the personality to carry that, if that makes any sense. And the last person is Nina. Now, Nina is from the United States. She's moved there with her husband. Her husband is from Dubai, and she's basically like a rich wife, and such. Ellen says, I mean, that is Dubai. The girls want to be. Oh, look. Anyway, y'all, I'm not about to let Ellen like get me in trouble. But anyway, y'all. So the episode starts out, and I'm just going off the main bullet points of the episode, by the way. So the dinner that they had was for, I don't know if it was for like a birthday party or something, but like they all had a dinner, right? So everybody shows up. And this is when we really get to see the relationship between Ayan and Caroline. Now, Caroline sees Ayan. Ayan greets her and calls her, hey, Stanberry, or whatever she says. And, Caroline basically corrects her. It's like, no, my name is Caroline. She was like, same thing. She was like, no, my last name is my last name. My first name is my first name. Hey, high vibes. And I was a little bit taken aback because I was like, well, why are you starting with this woman? But then we also have to remember that Ayan also had a scene where she was basically saying that, they don't get along because Caroline Stanberry doesn't like her and never has liked her and always been rude to her whenever they were in the same, social settings and everything like that. And I don't really understand why Caroline doesn't like Chanel, and I want to assume it's because Chanel is a bad bitch and she can't take. That's my first guess. Or, it could be that Chanel comes off a little bit, self-absorbed and a little bit obnoxious. Not to take away from the fact that she's a bad bitch. It's just that I think that, she's just a little bit obnoxious. Not gonna hold you. She could do a little bit better. But we find out that Caroline Brooks had called Chanel Ayan early in the morning, and basically told her that, like, she wasn't really invited to this hen party that Caroline Stanberry had, for her upcoming nuptials to her new husband. I don't know why she decided to call her. She said that it was a joke and that she didn't say that she wasn't important and everything else like that, because that's what Chanel Ayan said that Caroline said to her, Caroline Brooks. You know what? I'm gonna just call them by their last names because I don't want to get y'all confused with the two different Carolines. So Brooks basically had called Chanel early in the morning, around like 7 a.m. probably, and said, hey, did you get an invite to, Chanel, to, Stanberry's hen party. And a hen party, for those of y'all who don't know, is basically like a bachelorette party, but it is for, it's underneath a different name because I guess bachelorette parties are considered illegal in Dubai. So yeah. Yeah, but so much for those women's rights, huh? Not to mention the man who did like a whole little clip on like social media that went viral talking about this show does not represent the wives of Dubai. My wife is a respectful woman. She does not fling drinks. She does not curse. She does not act abruptly. And I'm up here like, but you haven't even seen the damn episode. How you know they cussing and throwing drinks? I was so confused by that. Are you just assuming that because that's what Real Housewives, appealed gives, in other countries? Is that how they view the Real Housewives franchise? Child, don't let me find out that they put in Real Housewives on the same level as Love and Hip Hop. Child, this is crazy. But anyway, um, so Caroline's basically like, I didn't say that, and everything else. Chanel calls her a liar, and then she says that I think you're jealous. And then Caroline Brooks, her whole voice changes because Caroline Brooks, she sounds like anyway, yeah. So anyway, but her whole voice changed. That Boston gutter bitch came out, and she was like, jealous of who? Jealous of you? With your hair looking like a scarecrow? I was like, what? The voice change is what got it for me. I was like, does this girl suffer from some type of, schizophrenia? Because the voices were too different. I was like, her voice, it's like her whole personality shifted. And she said also that her and Chanel had a good friendship, but they just have ups and downs and things like that. So I'm up here like, is this your friend? You dragging her by her wig like this? I was like, this is giving chaotic. And I know what y'all gonna say. I know what y'all gonna say. That Caroline Brooks is messy. And I definitely agree. But I cannot help but to like her for some reason. She does it for me. Her, Chanel, and Lisa all give it to me, and Sarah too. I love Sarah. Now the only ones I'm kind of meh about would probably be Nina and Caroline Stanberry. But I will admit that Chanel, you did start it at this table with Caroline. So you can't get mad that Caroline is saying that she does not like you and she don't want you when you just started here at this table with her. Now I understand that y'all had, previous, I guess intense, I guess what you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. Is it drama? You want to call it drama? Is it not necessarily drama if a woman don't like you? But I'm just saying, Chanel, listen, I 100% agree that you are a bad bitch. I get it. But to me, real bad bitches don't care about who likes them and who doesn't. I honestly don't know why you care about this white woman wanting to be needing to be your friend so bad. If she don't like you, fuck her. She what does it matter that she does not like you? Hey, Monique. So I just don't understand as to why that is, important. Let that white lady be with her blown up lips and go about and do your own thing. Now, based on the first episode, I necessarily didn't see what was so bad about Caroline. And I'm just going to say this. Now, it's been some people who just rubbed me the wrong way, who I just didn't want to, facilitate a friendship with, who I didn't want to really get to know just based on the energy that I got from them. And that could be possible with the Caroline and Chanel and drama. So it's possible just to not want to be somebody's friend, and you don't really have to know them that well. They just may not be who you would like to, really get to know on that type of level. And I'm just saying that I don't think that it should be that important. And I don't know why Chanel had to make a big scene at the table. I get that it was kind of rude that everybody was bringing up something that, she wasn't at. And I do feel like it was there to spite her. But I feel like you flipping out and you basically giving them what they want. It's basically, you losing at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I guess. But let's move on to the second episode, y'all. No, actually, I'm just gonna go all over the place. So basically what we find out in the next episode is that Sarah is divorced. I guess she had like, a husband or something like that. And the husband really didn't respect her child. And she had to leave. And, she's had all of these businesses that have failed. And she finally got a business, to really lift up off the ground. And that's exactly what I love to hear that, because a lot of people think in order for you to become like an entrepreneur, that means that you have to immediately be successful. Like, no, sis, you're gonna go through some hard times. You're gonna go through some failures. Trust me. I done learned all about it. And you have to have that, I guess, that drive, that determination to keep on going, because just because one thing may fail doesn't mean the next thing may fail. Or, if it fails the first time, just fix it a little bit, try to see what is going to happen next time, then try it again and try it again until you have what you need. You get what I'm saying? So I really love her persistence. So we end up going to like a dinner with, Chanel, not with Chanel, but with Caroline, Lisa, and Chanel all together. Now, this is when, Caroline is basically saying, hey, how you guys doing? She was late as usual. And I was thinking, like, Caroline, you know what? It's quite funny that you were talking about, Chanel's wigs when your wigs is kind of sitting up high as well. I ain't gonna hold in another thing, Chanel. Now, I'm not saying you have to have, baby hairs, but it's just a little bit odd because she has such smooth and clean skin. It's a little bit off-putting when you just have that wig there with no type of baby hair, no anything, and it just makes it look like you don't have any edges underneath the wig. To me, that's what it looks like. And I don't want to think that about you, because I know as us black peoples, edges is important. But I'm just saying, like, the wigs aren't bad per se, but I think that they could use a little bit of baby hair, a little bit of, a little bit of S and waves outside the baby hair area. It's just something about that, like that blunt hairline on top of her, like, smooth skin, and make her it just looks odd. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but just something about her wigs I don't like. I don't like her wigs, and I don't like Chanel Ayan's wigs. To me, the person who does it right every single time would be Lisa Milan. Lisa is giving y'all upper echelon all over the place, as far as like the hair, the fashions, the attitude, the way she carries herself. Lisa Milan is really that chick, and she could give a fuck about if anybody likes her. She's very, nonchalant, and I love that. I love how chill she is. I like how nice she is. I like how, welcoming and warm she is. She's a cool chick. Now, when they have this dinner, Caroline comes over and she sees that there's a pot in her seat. Now, I'm up here like, well, what is in this pot? What's in there? Now, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, until we get to this upcoming part. But Caroline walks in and she lifts up the pot top, and it's a whole bunch of lemons. And before Caroline walked in, Chanel Ayan had said, Chanel Ayan said, because she was a bitter bitch. Now, when she came in and she actually saw these lemons, she asked, what does this mean? Chanel was like, well, we had lemons between us, and, it just means that it's time to make lemonade. I was like, I see you don't want to get that ass ate up, right? Y'all see, she kind of backed up a little bit. I was like, because she don't want to go at it verbally with Caroline. Like, Caroline was eating her alive at that table. Like, immediately destroy her wig game, said she looked like a scarecrow. I was like, this is crazy. These people are insane. So they begin to talk. She basically laughs it off and everything else like that. I was like, it would have been real interesting to see what would have happened if Chanel really said why those lemons were there instead of giving her a fake reason when she walked in the room. But that's besides the point. So she wants to know what's the real issue between Caroline Stanberry and Chanel Ayan. So Chanel says, she's always rude to me and I don't like her. I don't really fuck with her like that. So Lisa's up there like, yeah, and you should not fuck with her. And then Caroline is basically saying, well, how about y'all two, get it together? How about, like, we get y'all to sit down and get y'all to talk and everything else like that. But, Lisa Milan was like, no, she don't need to sit with her. That bitch needs to apologize to my friend. And I was like, you better, what? What? Bitch, you better do that. I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Bitches don't act like this on these shows. Like, they don't have no loyalty to no friends. Like, they would literally not, they won't be like, that's my friend, and I support my friend against you because that's my friend. They don't do that. Bitches be trying to be neutral, trying to be bone carriers. I'm here for Lisa Milan. Also, so while Caroline is basically talking to Chanel. Chanel's like, I guess I could, give it a try, I guess, or whatever like that. But Lisa's like, no, bitch, you will not give it a try. That bitch needs to apologize to you because she's fucking wrong and she's fucking rude, and that's not okay. Now, mind you, Lisa and Caroline Stanberry already have like their own friendship because she was already invited to the hen party that had happened. It was just Chanel who wasn't. So y'all want to know what Caroline decided to do, and I'm talking about Caroline Brooks. So Caroline Brooks, after this scene, she goes to Caroline Stanberry and basically says every single thing that Lisa Milan said. And I was like, see, Caroline Brooks, I want to like you. Don't like. I hope you ain't out here, tap dancing for watermelon slices in Dubai. I will hope that's not the case. I don't need you to be the the house nigga to this to this white lady. You don't have to snitch on the black people on the cast. We don't we stand as one. Okay? Like, I need y'all to understand that. See, if it wasn't for bitches like you, if it wasn't for bitches like you, we really could have probably gotten out of slavery in the 1800s. But it was always a house nigga going back to the white people and always wanting to tell on us. Master, they're planning an escape, Master. You need to go out there and whip them because they ain't doing they weekly portions of the cotton picking, Master. Like, it's always you type of bitches. All right? Now, I like you, Caroline, but please don't ever do that again. Understand that she sees you as a flunky. She does not see you on the same level as her. She's very self-absorbed and self-centered. Caroline Stanberry, as the episodes has progressed, I don't like the bitch. Now, I'm gonna say this. Now, Lisa, because Lisa, y'all, she has a runway thing coming up. So she has a whole, runway. She's going to be doing the new, I guess, spring 2022, 2021. I don't know when this was taped, so I'm going to say probably 2021 it was taped. Like, she was doing a whole, runway collection for it, and she's doing a whole show. She invited all the women there. Now, all the women except for Caroline Stanberry goes. Now, Lisa is really upset about that, but I'm saying, Lisa, now, you can't be talking about bitches in the way that you was at that table on behalf of your friend and then expect her to come then to your show. Now, if Caroline would have just been honest, Caroline Stanberry, that is, if Stanberry would have just been honest about why she did not come, I would have respected her a lot more. I would have been like, because I heard you talking about me, and I heard you basically saying all of this stuff about me from Brooks. So I just went about my way. I thought that, because I can't confront you now, I'll just wait on it. Because the last thing I want to do is basically start all of this mess between the two of us, and then we basically have this drama at your runway event. But she didn't say that. So Caroline said that she was sick and that she didn't feel good. So, and they fucking flashed to a damn scene of her basically eating chips and drinking wine with Sergio. And I'm here like, sis, why couldn't you just be honest about why you didn't come? That would have made it way better for you in the end. Now, also, I want to say, Nina, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I want to be real. Now, I've been told in the past that I could be a little bit testy with drive-through people. But honestly, I feel like it's because I feel that they're rude. Like, a lot, because I frequent McDonald's a lot, and McDonald's has a lot of rude workers. So I often, kind of get a little attitude back. I try to control that. I really get that from my mom. My mom is real bad with them drive-through people. But I'm not like that. It's only when you give me an attitude, I give you an attitude. But for you to talk to those people like that about some motherfucking fries was really wrong. I didn't like the way you were talking to the people. Like, if they didn't have fries, they didn't have fries. You can't customize their menu to what you want. If they don't have fries, they don't have fries, and there's nothing that they can do about it. So how about you, like, wait until after the damn runway is over and you stop by motherfucking McDonald's or Burger King on the way home and get you some fries that way. You ain't got to be rude to the damn people who's working there. And ain't they fault that the restaurant ain't got no damn fries. Like, she was just so fucking rude, and I thought that was so nasty of her. I was like, yuck. I was like, I would have spit in her fries. Let me stop. No, I wouldn't. That's real nasty. That's some of the worst things you can do, right? So the runway is amazing, y'all. I thought the pieces were beautiful, and she showed, like, her non-maternity pieces, which I thought were equally as beautiful. Now, I did not know this, but y'all don't know her company called, I think it's called, what's it called, y'all? Mirabeau. It's called something. I forgot the name of it. I'll make sure to remember for the next review. But Beyonce was actually wearing her maternity clothes. And I was like, I did not know that. I did not know she was this legit. I was like, these girls have some real legit businesses. Like, it ain't like, the bitches from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where you got She by Sheree and dropping it for Drew. Like, so this is some real shit. Like, Beyonce was in this shit, so obviously it has to be real, right? Beyonce don't put her name on no anything. So yeah, I thought that was really, really cool finding that out. So the thing goes by without a hitch. So but like, if you look behind, there's so much commotion happening behind the wall, and I think that's always so cool to see in those runways, because when they come out, they just look so majestic and so calm. But behind that wall, baby, it's like that that scene in SpongeBob when all the little when they went to his brain and all the little SpongeBobs was just like running all over the place, burning everything down, burning the papers up. That's what it kind of looks like behind the scenes. So actually, one of the models were about to walk out, and Lisa was like, no, not those shoes, these shoes. Take my shoes, take my shoes. So the model put on her shoes. I was like, I love a crafty woman. Go ahead. She's creative with her thinking. But so basically, she got her models though from Chanel Ayan, because Chanel Ayan runs a whole modeling agency. And I was like, what? Okay, Chanel. Okay. I was like, these bitches got money. So she provided all of the models, and the models were giving. They weren't like, loose booty, coochie crack type of models that, was in the Bailey agency at one point in time, right? So I thought that was really, really cool. So after she walks out, applauds, everybody's like, oh my God, that was amazing. That's what Brooks is saying. Like, it was amazing. Like, oh my God, like, I really love that. Like, I was like, you fake ass bitch. I was like, not you doing this when you literally kind of fucked up the whole energy when you told Caroline Stanberry everything that she said, and that's the whole reason that Stanberry isn't here. I was like, Caroline Brooks is so messy. I was like, I love it. It's like it's not like I guess it's not a underhanded messy. It's not like like she violates people. It's like it's very surface level shade. She shades and she does her little pot mixing and she has that chaotic energy, and there's something about her I like. I don't know what it is, y'all, but I really do think I stan Caroline Brooks. I don't know what it is about her, y'all. I really like her. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So she realizes that, Caroline Stanberry isn't there, and talking about Lisa Milan now. And she was like, wow, that's really messed up. Guess we're going to have to talk about this at a later date, right? So, y'all, the next episode leads into basically everything that had happened. So the next episode basically has I think it's a birthday party for Nina's husband's business partner, and everybody is invited. Now, Caroline Stanberry had, came there. She said that, when she was approached by Lisa, of course, after everybody came, she was approached by, Lisa, and she says that the reason that she didn't go to this whole, runway thing, is it fashion show? Is it a runway? I'm gonna call it a fashion show. I feel like I've been calling it the wrong thing. So she like the reason that she didn't go to the fashion show is because she was just so overwhelmed with her wedding and everything else, and she just didn't have the energy for it. And she didn't want to like drain anybody's energy. And then in the corner of her eye, she sees her husband Sergio conversing with Chanel Ayan, and Chanel Ayan is basically talking to him, and he's basically saying, like, you're a really cool person, like you're a really nice person. She says, I think you're cool too. If only your wife could think the same way. La Priest Faye. Hey, how you doing? Hi, La Priest. But so she says, like, wow, he's over there talking to her. I'm gonna be like, well, who, like, why gotta be all of that? But then again, I had to put myself in Caroline Stanberry's shoes. If I don't like a bitch, and this is just me being real, if I don't like her, we don't like her. If I don't like him, we don't like him. Especially if you nutting inside of me 24/7. If I don't fuck with somebody, you as my spouse should not be fucking with somebody as well. I shouldn't have a beef, and then you over there saying, oh my god, you're such a nice person. No, bring your ass over here to the woman who's like, dicking, like not dicking you down. Well, then again, some of these women be pegging the niggas, but I'm saying, to the women who's sucking you off and everything else like that, which is why I understood kind of where she was coming from. But that really, I don't think that you should have went off on everybody because you were bothered. But listen, so basically, Lisa is talking, to Sergio as well now after, her and, Caroline finished their conversation. And then, Caroline is getting more hot because she sees her husband in between these two bad bitches, and she's up there and she's intimidated because she's a little bit of 45 years old, her face not really giving what the other two are giving, or the other three. Actually, to be honest, I'm gonna be real with y'all, Caroline Stanberry is probably the least, she's not the beauty queen of the bunch. Let's just say that. I think that we have a beautiful cast, but I think if we was ranking them all, I think that Caroline would be at the bottom. Okay, so I think that she was a little bit intimidated by that and a little bit insecure. So she says, "Oh, you over there fucking with those ladies? You're one of them." I was like, "What? Excuse me, white lady. What does that mean? What does one of them mean? Who are they? I want to no. I want to know. Who are they? Say it. Who are they?" So Lisa goes up to her and says, like, who are that? Like, who are we? What do you mean by them? Who are them? And then she was like, I don't mean it like that. It's not that serious. And then, sir, and then so Lisa starts, saying like, you think I want your husband? I don't want your husband. You think I want to suck your husband's dick or something like that? So she starts rubbing her husband's arm. Just piss off Caroline even more. And then, like Sergio just smiling. I'm like, Sergio, it's all fun and games until your ass become homeless. Cause you ain't got no money and no place to go. So I suggest you escape from the area of those two beautiful black queens and come over here to your chowder queen. Oh, do we call them chowder, or do we call them, mayonnaise, goddess? Your mayonnaise goddess. So at this point, Caroline goes off and says, well, let her fucking suck your dick then. And I'm gonna be like, not in Dubai. I was like, not the classy woman from London is cussing like this in Dubai. I was like, bitch, don't get arrested. I was like, they don't like cussing out there, especially about no damn women. You gonna get your ass arrested and get your ass deported right over back to London. Keep on fucking around with these people. You need to stop and control yourself. Don't let the jealousy eat you up like that. It's really sad to see. But y'all, outside of that scene, because that's all I remember from it. But listen, so there was a scene between the, I guess, Caroline Stanberry and Sergio, where they were basically going around to go view her new property that's being built, and they said it was going to be finished around summer 2022. So I imagine now they're getting ready to move into it. So she says they're going over the specifications, and there's one quote unquote guest room, or room for the baby, is what the builder said, or the woman who or the architecture, who's doing the floor plans. And then that's when she's like, I don't know about that, because I'm 45. Sergio's like, yeah, no, but We're gonna have a baby. We're gonna have a baby. And she's like, I need you to understand I'm 45. It's a possibility that may not happen because she's right over the, yonder over there at 50, which is kind of hard, to have a baby. And Sergio's like, no, you're gonna be good. So she's saying, why won't we just do a surrogate? He was like, no, I don't want to have a surrogate because I want the baby to look like us. She's like, the baby will look like us. It's our egg, your sperm, just her body like used as the incubator for it. He was like, no, no, no. I did my own research, and it's just that's not the way it is. And I'm up here like, well, Sergio, what you're saying does not make any sense because that's not true. Are you lying right now just because you want her to carry a baby? Why does that even matter? Like, why does it matter if she carrying a baby or not? The whole point is for you to have a seed, right? For you to have a baby. So why do you want her to carry it? I can't stand that. Like, men be acting like they don't know how this shit go. Like you want her to potentially risk her life at the age of 45 because that's a high risk pregnancy at that age. You want her to basically give up, her safety to carry a baby that she doesn't need to carry because you want to be selfish. Not to mention you ain't got no money, but then it goes into like a confessional, and she's basically saying, you know, if I don't have the baby, Sergio will leave. And I'm up here like, well, then you don't need to be with him. Who want to be with a motherfucker who giving you conditional love? Oh no, absolutely not. You're like, that's what I'm saying. You're insecure. Like, do you know you a white rich lady? I was like, do you know how many people will be fucking on you? Just, that's your age. Like, girl, you do not have to do this. Not with this little child, man. Like, oh my God, I can't do it. Like, I was like, Sergio gets on my nerves. Every single time I see him on the screen, I'm like, yuck. Can't stand this dude. Anyway, y'all. So the next scene that we go to would be between Caroline Brooks and this realtor who's basically showing her all of these different venues that she's going to be possibly building her new spa because that's her new business venture. She wants to build a spa. She wants it to be like the glamour capital of Dubai. He shows her one place and it's freaking huge. But he said she wouldn't be able to finish it within 6 months because that's her deadline. That's when she wants to have everything done. So she says that won't work. Do you have anything else? So he takes her down the street, around the corner, literally almost, and they go to another property. And that literally seems to fit everything that she wants. It's like around, I think 17,000 per. No, I think it's 25,000 per month. In rent. I was like, dang, that's a lot of damn money. 25,000? Woo! Oh my God. When I watched this show, I was like, the poor pops out. I was like, it's the lower class for me that pops out every single time. I was like, 25,000? Baby. And she was like, that's perfect. So she says that her ex-husband is building and then her boyfriend is funding. And I was like, Caroline Brooks must got that good cut. She must got that good cookie cat because baby got the ex-husband paying and she got her new man paying. I was like, you better do that. I was like, you better do that. I was like, I like Caroline, y'all. And then, so basically the producer asked her, so what if it fails? She was like, fail? I'm not gonna fail. She was like, I was left with nothing and I became a millionaire. Honey, I don't fail. And I was like, yes, you better say that shit, bitch. I like her, y'all. I know I shouldn't, but Caroline Brooks, I would call them the black trio. I love them. I love them all. I love them. I love Lisa, I love Chanel, and I love Caroline Brooks. Caroline Brooks is something else. She's definitely gonna her and Chanel are definitely gonna be the breakout stars of this season because she's just good. She's just doing it for me. And y'all want to know what really got me to do this review today? Because I've been really putting it off. I was like, waiting for a little bit of motivation. It was when they all just went in on Lisa Rinna today. I was like, oh, y'all partnering up to go against that bitch with them blew up lips over there in Beverly Hills. Consider me a fan. I was like, I will definitely be reviewing the show from now on because I love it. I love it. Especially because Love and Marriage Huntsville is going off. So I have, a little bit of space. But then again, I'm thinking about also bringing in Bell Collective to review. So I'm thinking about that. Not really sure how that's going to go. Still on the fence about it. So yeah. Also, Ladies Who List Atlanta, I think I'm gonna be reviewing that too. Child, I am really trying to break out of this own production hold. Own production has a hold on me, y'all. Own network has a hold on me. I don't know how I got stuck in this bubble, but it's like I like just reviewing their shows. Their shows are easier for me to review than like Bravo's. Bravos has so many different scenes that it's hard for me to review. I think if I want to do, weekly reviews like for Real Housewives of Atlanta, I would have to do recorded reviews that I can edit because it's like I don't think I can just do it live. It's too much for me. I need a little bit more time on it. But y'all, that's all I really have for y'all today. I really hope y'all like the video. I know my Bravo videos don't get as much traction, so I know I got to deal with that. But it is what it is. I guess I got to build up the fan base. So y'all, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a really good weekend. I'll be seeing y'all this Saturday for Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage DC. And I can't wait to talk to y'all about it because we're gonna finally get to see Melody and Martell. That's how a side bitch be saying his name. Martell. Every time you try to leave, something keeps pulling you back. I'm trying to tell you, that's how it always goes. But y'all, much love, much peace, and much chicken grease. And I'll see y'all soon, okay? Peace.